you've got an awesome thing going that you need to just push it.
I'm like, it's like we were talking about. We're like 98% almost there for really hitting it. And it's just that 2%. I think that 2% is in the marketing.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. You know, I got pretty good experience. We got a good logo, brand.
You got a good brand.
Unique, different brand from everybody else.
Right. Thank you, darling.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Mr.
Cheers.
Franklin, thank you for joining
Cheers.
us, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We'd like a couple more minutes to check in.
Total of 8 years.
See, that's
We'll take some good pictures. I'll put you in the headline and everything.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So you can put those out.
Look at the rat I caught in the restaurant.
I got it. I had it dinner, and this is what I got.
No, bro, that's great. No, I was looking through your site and looking through your marketing, and dude, you got an amazing branding going on. You're in a super competitive market. Super. Orlando, if you were out in the middle of nowhere with 50 competitors, you can move through up the ranks. But right now, you're on.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
How long have you been on? How long have you been on with that?
Less than a year. Less than a year.
Less than a year, you should be ranking better. Pero again, how much?
I would say 6.
Look, in Miami, when I did the consulting with a bunch of really good SEO people that I know, they're just up there. We were talking $3,000 a month to rank me in Miami. 3,000. You're not that far off in Orlando. You've got you're just not.
Miami might be a little bit more competitive because they have so much exotic wildlife that's been set out.
Remember,
and stuff
it's what you're trying to rank for. If you're trying to rank for Pest Control Miami, which is the #1 keyword that everybody wants to rank for, that's $3,000 a month to rank top for that word. Unless you got in 12 years ago and you've been ranking and you've been there and then you stay there. I am ranking for my keywords because I'm in a different space. I'm in a niche. So I'm not trying to rank for Pest Control Miami because that would be too hard to rank for. I'm ranking for everything else in my space, in my niche, in my natural, organic environment. I did that myself, but it took me 2 years to rank. And that was 2 years working 4 hours a day on my SEO. When I wanted to hire a company, he told me, Frank, I can't take you on for less than $2,000 to get you what you want. That's the reality. So when you're paying $500, $600, $700, $800 a month, there's nobody that's going to rank you in a competitive market, especially when they don't understand my demographics in Miami, which is 65% Hispanic. This is the biggest mistake. So when you're signing, I signed on with them to handle my GMB alone was $200 a month, and the GMB made a bit of your Google My Business.
Okay.
So you're ranking really good on Google My Business, but you got 200 reviews. 4.8, 4.9.
4.9. It's actually 5.0. It was just some crazy customer.
It doesn't matter. That's still great because even if it's perfect, it doesn't look right. I mean, nobody's
that's
perfect.
What I was telling her, but
it's unnatural.
The only reason that it's not perfect is everything in there is legit.
That's
what
might
not look like that, but I want those up because those were put there on Global State. Yeah. This lady was.
I've had 2 of those in business. 2% of the world is crazy. That's just clinical. So the best you can get is 98% customer satisfaction.
Yeah.
Because 2% of people are crazy.
So that's pretty good.
So when you got a 4.8, 4.9, it's actually more legitimate and real than a perfect 5. Somebody's got 500, 5. You know they're getting them erased. They're getting the negative. They have a company that does. I mean, if you've got reputation management. It needs to be realistic. Hey, they were late. He gave you a 4.5, a 3-star. He was late twice. You could have been sick that week. You're human. Things happen. It's not normal to be perfect every single time. No company is perfect. Yeah.
So you were saying about lobsters not really good. So
it's too commercial. Understand that they're even bigger. They've got and they are. In other words, is this a real Italian restaurant? It's not.
Right now,
it's good, But if you're telling me you want to eat at a fast food place and tell me it's really good food, that's what you have with a large commercial. That's why I said you're better off getting somebody local to manage, that you can build a relationship with, that understands small business and has maybe 200 clients locally, and they're managing, than trying to go with a large brand that's trying to manage. But the reality is that you're going to have to sink a lot more money into SEO than you're sinking now, or do something different. I'll give you a couple of ideas.
And what's the company that you recommend?
I don't recommend any company right now. We're doing it in house.
He's got somebody exclusively working for him.
So I got, we've been working on it. We've been talking. Thank you so much.
Did you say lobster?
We've been doing it ourselves because we cannot find a company to do it for us. But that was a learning curve of me studying for 6-7 months, doing it, and little by little doing it. You can do it yourself. I was investing initially about 4 hours a day to get it out there, but we're talking about building out 150 pages. If you're going to do a blog or you're going to build up pages about your business and the things that you do, how many pages in your website right now? You don't have enough. You don't have a blog.
See, I was told that 20 pages slows down the thing.
That's what you do. A website can handle 10,000. Does Amazon slow down?
So,
They're super fast.
so are you trying to say for the back end, right? For the SEO, because you know how they have the search engines for the SEO on the website itself, where it says locations at the bottom. So that's the back end. We should be putting.
SEO is a generic term for search engine optimization. Every website in the world has a search engine. Every website. So it doesn't matter who you're on. You have to optimize for every engine that you want to be on. In other words, so if I'm going to be on YouTube, like I'm doing YouTube videos, we are doing right now my podcast, which is daily right now, 5 days a week. It's 3 hours to 3 hours of work daily. It only takes 15 minutes for us to edit a video. It's uploading the video, SEOing that video. Now we're putting a video on Instagram, and we're SEOing Instagram. Now we're putting a video on TikTok, and we're...
How many people do you have?
In what, pest control? 2. I got 2 technicians. I got myself. I do sales and customer service, and I manage the office right now. And I have 2 technicians.
Yeah, that's where it really works. That's probably like where I like to get to.
Okay.
Just me and me be able to go out and work and have him and one more guy.
Right.
I think that's
If you've got 2 guys out,
and yourself
and yourself doing stuff, that's 300 to 400,000 a year, easy in revenue. But you gotta look at it from a holistic view of what SEO really is if you want to do it yourself, because doing SEO just for your website alone has to do with what you write and how much you write and how Google says you're an authority on your subject. And there's minimum of 200 ranking factors in SEO right now for your site. You have directories marketing, Yelp and Squarespace and Bing. That's another search engine. And once you're on those engines, okay? Once you're on those engines, their crawlers look for information on your site is the center of everything. If your site isn't being built up in content is king. In other words, in business, cash is king. In SEO, content is king. This is content. My podcast is content. My blog is content. Unless you're creating content, nothing is going to happen with SEO. There's nothing.
Right. I see some of the stuff that Penny was doing as far as like the roach thing. She put on roach and everything, but from what I see on the
Thank you.
like as far as being read or anything like that, the numbers are very low.
Well, why are they low? Well, you've been on it for a year.
No.
Can I get a water?
Oh, he needs a spoon.
This one right there?
Yes, you got one here right now.
Oh,
No problem.
Yeah. So the SEO has to do with how much reach do you have and what are you producing in content. If you're not producing content, there is nothing to rank. There's nothing for people to search for. Remember, if I'm searching, like right now, the reason I rank is because I decided I'm going to go into a niche of organic and I'm going to go into plants. So I wrote 150 blogs on every plant that people have in their garden in Miami that they're going to be searching for to figure out what they need to do with that. So if somebody says my Ixoras, and I have a problem with Ixoras, they're looking in the internet going, how do I have black spots on my Ixora? And I wrote 5 blogs just around Ixora alone on one plant. So when people are looking for ficus treatments, I have 3 pages that are 1,500 words long on how we perform a ficus treatment and all the problems with ficus. That's why I rank. I take the information for the University of Florida, IFAS, and I rewrite their information and I rank above them. If you don't have content, there's nothing to search for. What are people searching for in your area?
Yeah,
Right.
They put them on roaches, ants, everything, but like the numbers of like seeing or whatever are very short. And then when I put something, I guess this is on my business Google, right? The thing that you're posting. But when I post a picture of me with an animal or anything like that, it has more than
That's what I want to get on, because if you're focused on SEO is going to take forever for you. SEO is slow. SEO is about building up content and ranking that your site is an authority site. My site is an authority site on plants and organic because I'm ranking nationally, but I got 300 pages. I got 100, 200 blog posts. I had 150 pages on my site. I have 200. Naturepest.com. So look up from your phone. This is what you look for. Nobody's going to look for Commando Pest Control. So if you look for natural pest control, Miami, because you're in Orlando and you want to search for something for your mother, see where I show up. Yeah, see what shows up on Google. And I'm going to have 2 competitors that are probably going to outrank me. And my SEO tanked for a month because the pandemic destroyed it.
Alright, so this is what popped up. Eco-friendly pest control. National pest control. That's you.
No, Nature. Does Nature Pest show?
Nature?
Nature Pest.
Oh, okay.
No, but natural. No, you want natural pest control?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay.
And who shows up?
So we have eco-friendly. First one.
But on the top, those are ads. So those are your first ones are ads. Okay,
So
natural resources comes up because they're doing very well. Where's Nature Pest? There I am. I'm number 2 for natural pest control. That's me. Okay, I'm the second guy.
right there.
Yeah,
You see, and I'm outranking almost everybody. But that's 2 years worth of work. Every single night for 4 hours a night, writing content. Plus,
you do a lot of blogs.
you have to. Yeah, so blogs count as pages. Google doesn't know the difference between a blog and a page. A blog is something that just rotates on your site, where a page is more permanent, where somebody can actually get that page from the menu. In other words, so if you look about ants, then ants are going to be a page that somebody drags from a menu and can see.
So your average page is what? How many characters?
It depends. I got some that are 5.
500?
So, because I don't need to rank. So I evaluate what my competition is doing. This is where SEO is a competitive sport. I look at what my competition is doing and what they're writing, and I said, if he wrote 500 words on Ixoras, I got to write 600 to 800 words because I got to outrank him in content. Volume matters. So I look at so if IFAS is ranking for the top, which is University of Florida, universities are going to outrank you usually because they have preference with Google. So I got to see what he's doing, and I said, okay, they wrote a blog, but it isn't SEO'd very well. Then you have 20 things you have to do on a page, which is on-page SEO, to tell Google what this is about, and it has to be done on that page.
And we also want to put those keywords in the top.
You want to do keywords, you want to do H1 headers, H2 headers. It's basically like writing a paragraph.
So like for the HTML, like how it pulls it from the SEO is what you're saying? Like,
It's basically things that you have to tell Google. Google is a robot crawling your page. It can almost read now as a human and know what that page is actually about. So the better your writing is and the more precise it is, and then you do what Google wants you to do, then Google is going to reward you. That's just what Google doesn't really penalize you. Google just doesn't reward you. It rewards, because what Google's job is to say, if I'm looking for black spots on Exoras, I'll give you that example again, then because I think about what people are looking for, and then I pull the analytics, and when I pull the analytics, it tells me what people are looking for, and then I write based on what people are looking for, not what I wish I could write about.
so you're pulling off of Google Analytics and those keywords into the blog.
And then I find out what people are searching.
She knows the terminology because she has her own marketing company.
Okay.
She's getting into marketing and stuff like
Right.
that.
So
she knows that.
what is it that you do?
Well, I don't focus so much with SEO.
Right.
It's more on social media advertising, email advertising.
Okay.
So, I've been doing it for a little while. It's just like a little side thing, so I have a passion for it, so I'm looking more into it. So that's what I'm asking, with this, because that's what he's lacking, is blogs.
Since you're in that space, I think we can have a better conversation. Because the SEO really is a long more.
It takes at least
with a
6
company
months.
paying $700, they're going to write one page a month. That's 12 pages a year. Your competition has 300-400. You're never going to rank.
Yeah.
I think you need to look at a different strategy. You need to look at a strategy and not a tactic. Right now, you're being tactical. You need to have a complete strategy. I went with social media, but I decided to go with blog and YouTube because I am super comfortable in front of the camera.
Me too.
Okay, so then you got an advantage.
So the YouTube thing is like I want to get him to start like we do all the videos and have him post it.
That's right, and that's super easy.
Let me show you a video.
Right now, we spend about 3 hours a day on our strategy right now.
I'm thinking about like making it short, like just a short to the point video. I don't want to get into too much, giving details and stuff like that. So,
8 seconds.
Well, you got to have a headline. You got to learn how to produce it. But I've got 5,000 subscribers on my Nature Pest channel. There is no pest control in the country that has 5,000.
You got raccoon problems? Call the pros at Commando.
That's beautiful.
Do you need anything more than that?
Here's what I would focus.
That's simple to the point, and I'll probably do it like this, just for bees, for wasps, for whatever it is, just short to the point like that. I don't want to try to get into like biologies or anything like that.
Here's to your advantage.
Look, I got them and everything. You know what I mean?
But here's to your advantage. Here is the whole thing you're playing on, from what I look from a marketing perspective on your site. You have everything has pros and cons. When people look at you, they see the belt, they see the Commando. You need to be able to project an image that you're also a highly trained professional. Because what they're seeing is, or what they could be seeing is, oh, this guy's a good show. You remember, you ever seen Billy the Exterminator?
Yeah.
The guy doesn't look like he had much brains. So what you want to project is a.
Well, he was different.
Yeah.
He was different, and he had personality.
Yeah, but you have personality.
And that'll get you further than somebody that knows everything about every bug inside and out.
Well, it depends.
It'll get you further
It depends.
in
It
the
depends.
TV market.
It depends. Because understand, you got to know your customer. Who's your customer? Who's buying from you? Who spends the money with you? So that's who you need to attract. What I would do is you could do 1 minute videos showing both sides, showing the trapping side where you're got the adventurous guy, but you're also showing that you are very smart at what you do from the scientific side. And you have to attract both sides. So what I would do is
Do a little bit of like for bugs for like IPM.
I would do
like
1 minute videos where you're not overwhelming them with a lot of information, but you're
Yeah, I
talking
like to keep them
like
short, informative, to the point.
you can talk about raccoon biology. In other words, I just finished doing a set of 67 rodent facts. This is from Ratus only. 67 rat facts out of Ratus only. I'm going to turn that into a slide deck, which we'll put on. This is where SEO comes in. We'll take that slide deck and we'll make it an entire slide deck and put it on SlideShare. I'm taking one of those daily and I'm posting those facts daily across 7 social media channels daily. And then I'm going to take that and turn it into 1 minute videos, each slide. And I'm going to talk about each fact. And now I have 67 pieces of content. So now I've got 67 times 3? Do the number. That's 120, 134, 300 and something pieces of content out of 67 facts that took me 2 hours to produce. So now I'll make a video and I'll talk about fact number 1. And I'll put that on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and I'll put it across 7, Twitter and LinkedIn. So now I'm attracting the commercial client that says, hey, I need this guy because he knows his stuff. That's a commercial client because I'm on LinkedIn. Where are you going to get commercial clients? LinkedIn. If you're doing a lot of property managers, you want to be on LinkedIn producing content that's going to, and then understand it needs to be relative to that media.
Well, that is if that is my niche, property management companies.
Here's what I'd be doing on LinkedIn. I'd be, and again, everything is about a strategy. You can't be all over the place.
Right.
But if I were you, I'd be on LinkedIn looking at every property management company in Orlando and looking up their CEOs and looking up their managers on LinkedIn. And I would even run ads against the people that work there. In other words, you mentioned in the ads, there's a way to run ads about people who work at these management companies. But I'd be friending them. I'd be looking at them daily and saying, hey, by the way, you interact with them on social media relative to that media, to where you might say, the guy posts something about voting on the weekend or whatever, and you comment on yourself, and he sees who you are. And I would be on my LinkedIn page. We do work for these management companies now. So when he looks you up, he says, "Oh, I could use this guy." It's about strategy. You have to develop a strategy. You can't just say, "I want to do SEO," and expect that a company is going to do all this for you. Right now, what I do would cost me $10,000 a month, but I do it in house, and now I only spend $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So I'm doing 10x what an agency is going to do for me, but I bring it in house.
Yeah, I got like a little flyer with me and the truck and everything, and saying, well, we specialize in property management and blah blah blah.
If that's your niche,
that is my niche.
Then I would go after that.
And I send them out when they switch companies and there's a new manager for that property. I send them a flyer of me with the truck and say these are all the reasons why, child safety, blah 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 blah. I got to organize all the reasons why they should have pest control.
Thank you. I'll be looking at Twitter.
I've done nothing on Twitter.
There you go. But I would.
Cheese, everybody.
No,
Except
not
over there.
for me.
And over here.
I might take a little bit more of that too.
So we pretty much got to get him on Twitter, get him a YouTube channel going.
We have a YouTube channel. So that raccoon thing that the raccoon thing that I did, and like the rabbits,
Here is the reality
put
though.
on YouTube
Daily.
Just make it short and sweet.
Daily.
Daily. Well, I have as much footage as I can get. I don't want to put up like just stupid.
Daily.
I put cool stuff.
It doesn't matter. Daily.
Daily.
Stop judging it. Because
Because it's not interesting. I don't want to.
who determines what interesting is?
I don't know, because I see a lot of people that post stuff in from the groups and everything. I'm like, man, they're posting this, but and I check it back on it later. It had
Who's
like
in the group?
1 or 2 likes. That's it.
Who's in the groups?
Fraternity, the Pest fraternity,
Okay,
Pest cemetery.
who's in those groups? Are there your customers there?
No, not customers. These are all
Exactly.
like.
Exactly. That's not your audience. You
No,
can't
my
worry about
customers are in none of those groups. Those are like our groups.
it. But that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So whatever's posted there, I'll take another one. Yeah, I'll do that. Here's the reality.
I'll be right with
You
What's
can.
your food? Did it come out?
No, I just ordered soup and this. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
I'm a cheap day, bro. But the thing is, you can't judge that of what's interesting. Dale.
See, I don't have a whole answering service and things happen, but they like the service, they like the price, and they like me, so
And you're likable.
and you're good. That's what I was trying to tell him. Everything you make yourself, you always make conversation when you're in the house. You never let too much dead air.
Right.
Dead air is horrible.
But
In
you,
my
you
business, in
understand.
wrestling, air, when it's crickets, it's not good.
Just like on radio.
no cheese board.
Oh, radio's worse.
Yeah, I'll take some. Yeah.
Radio's worse.
Yeah.
You gotta have something to say. Everything else is like you hear nothing. It's like
Yeah. But you have an advantage that I want you to really exploit. And that is that you understand the entertainment business. You can be it's just like Rush Limbaugh, you know. You can if you want to educate people, you go to college. If you want to be on radio, you be an entertainer. You can do both. You can entertain with the facts. So you can do a raccoon video and not do a commercial, but educate the client and saying, do you understand this disease about raccoons on your
you
property?
can make it very simple. You don't want these animals up in your attic. And you don't even have to name the disease. Just say they carry many diseases. They defecate.
But
They
you want to.
urinate.
But you
all
want
up under. They'll destroy all your insulation. So those are basic numbers that you don't have to even get into depth of.
But you want to.
In specific diseases.
You want to be the guy that people know that knows. Because remember
I
that
have to read this. That's a lot of stuff.
no, you don't. Here, you know it intuitively. If you know that raccoon carries, if mice feces has the possibility of carrying hantavirus, what is hantavirus? Hantavirus is a respiratory disease.
But they all kind of have respiratory, right?
But
The rats.
here's what I want, the thinking I want you to get into. You have to be the guy online that people say you already have the look. You don't have to work on the look. You got a pretty face. You got muscles. You got that look. You got something that's super marketable. Go the extra step into being the educated guy that people now can trust because he's also intelligent. Not just the look, but it's the intelligence that you are the guy to call to solve this problem because you got both. You understand the science and you understand how to trap an animal. In other words, you don't want to be confused with a guy who's saying, well, wrestling is fake and this guy is, he's a show. He's not really. You see, you want to take it to that next level where people see you as the guy who is knowledgeable. And it doesn't take that much. Daily. Yeah, you need. I understand. You're in a super hyper competitive market, no matter what market you're in. Your job is to switch over your mind from a pest control business, from a trapping business, into a marketing agency. You're a marketing company. You happen to sell pest control, and you happen to sell.
That's why I have my truck done the way I got it. Ask him. How many times do we pull up lights and people are looking at the truck?
Oh, so
Or
much.
like this, like that.
Handing out cards out the window.
Handing out cards in the windows. A million times in the back. because they read everything there, and then I got my wrestling picture with the belt and the whole thing. So that's all reasons to like maybe want to call.
Yeah, I
So
would
we
be
see them all
posting
the time
something.
like this or like this, taking a picture of the tailgate.
I'd be minimum once a day. Like we're gonna go now on social media. You really need to be anywhere between 3 to 7 times a day.
Posting one?
Yeah, but remember, you can take. I'll take this video right now, and I'll do an entire video. I'll edit out some things, modify it, and then I'll post that entire video, right? And then I'll post another video on it, a different version. I'll take maybe 5 minutes and post a video on something you said that people needed to hear, and I'll just make a 5-minute video, and then I'll post that on Instagram. I'll take a 1-minute video and post it on TikTok, and then I'll come back in a couple of weeks and take another piece of that video and repost something somewhere else, and I'll redo an entire YouTube video off of 5 minutes alone because of something you said, because it's interesting.
You know how to post on TikTok and all those?
That's easy. It's that part is easy. It's really easy, but it's the time that you need to invest. That's the reality. You need to invest the time because content is. So right now we're posting once a day on across 7 channels, and that's 3 hours.
And you're saying for Facebook, but you're saying this 3 to 7 times a day for posting.
Think about it. So you take a picture of you trapping. That's one. Okay. So now you take a little video, and that's 2 pieces of content. Take a factoid, and just a simple picture with a factoid, and you post that. That's 3 pieces of content. It doesn't take that much to make content. You just can't think of content as I need to make 15 videos. No, it's here's a rodent fact. Here's a roach fact. Here is me, pulling an alligator. Here is me catching the rat. Here is this. Here is that.
At least like one fact. One fact.
Let's say you set an example for yourself of 3 times a day, but you structure. So you do a factoid every day. You do a picture of you with an animal, and you do maybe a video, a little piece. That's 3 pieces. And how long does it take to upload that from your phone? It's not that hard. It's just you gotta have a strategy, and then implement that strategy every single day. Because here's what's gonna happen: you're gonna get tired of your material before your audience gets tired of your material.
Explain to her how to SEO and stuff like that, because that's she's not right, and I told that to her once. So, but she's educated enough that she can get that in a heartbeat. So explain to her like how to the SEO you say how to.
Okay,
you can do something.
SEO you're gonna have to learn it.
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
You're gonna have to learn it on every platform. In other words, you're gonna have to learn how to SEO a YouTube video because it will rank differently. So how easy is it to rank on Pinterest? So you're on TikTok, it's super easy to rank right now. The algorithm is rewarding you for putting content. And what it takes you to get 50 views on YouTube, you can get 5,000 views on TikTok tomorrow. But it's about learning each platform and how each platform is SEO. And that takes time.
Okay, but on the main HTML webpage, right? Do we need to put like the SEO part on there as well? Like the content, like
Yes.
the locations page, or I forgot what they call it.
There's at least 20 things that you need to do on a page. And what I can do is I can send it to you.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Here's the thing, but you're gonna still have to do research, because when I tell you what's an LSI, what is a latent semantic indexing? You need to learn what latent semantic indexing is. In other words, if I take the word, I can't just put raccoon, and stuff the page with raccoon word. I need to have the scientific name of the raccoon. I need to have synonyms for what I'm describing, because Google can understand synonyms that it's not the same word, but it's semantic words regarding that. So you might have 5 or 6. There's a way to do the research. If you look at a guy to follow for on-page SEO, and really, if you sit there and watch 20 of his videos, you'll get it. You just have to do that, because there is no place you can go for one day and learn how to SEO YouTube, and learn SEO Facebook, and learn SEO on here, and then learn all the directories listed, like Yellow Pages. Are you on there? you need to be on all of them, 20, 30 of them, and then you need to make sure that your NAP, your name, address, phone number, and an email are the same,
everything.
exactly the same. They can't be different. So there's so many things you need to do that's going to take time. You just need to. How do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. You have to say, okay, this week, we're going to work on all the directories listing, and you can get an app that'll do all the directory and sync it for you. And yeah, it'll cost you $200-300 one time, and get it done. And then monitor them. And then you're monitoring your Google every single month and doing like SpyFu or SEMrush, where you're doing competitive analysis against your competition. And you're seeing what the competition is ranking for, and where can you rank? Where are the low-hanging fruit that, how many people are actually doing wildlife? Could he do better in wildlife because it's less competitive than trying to compete for pest control when there's 500 companies on Google, but there's only maybe 20 or 30 for wildlife? Can he compete in that niche and find a niche that he can compete in that's much easier to rank for, which is wildlife? In other words, if he does raccoon removal and does cat removal and dead animal, and people see him removing dead animals, this is the guy I need to call.
Oh, if you go, I mean, if you want more website, I mean, one thing I got interesting stuff on as far as in the animal removal and the Romeo.
But it needs to be
more.
found.
Huh?
It needs to be found. And
That's in my website, so they have to go to my website.
Yeah, and that unless the only thing a good website is good for right now, really, because you got a really good website. But then you got to look at ads. Don't discount ads, because ads are transactional. They're easy. Can you create an ad campaign?
What's the best way? What's the best ad campaign?
You can run ads on Facebook. You can run ads on LinkedIn. You can run ads on Twitter. But how many? What's the demographics of Orlando? How many people are in Orlando? And how many are on Facebook? And how many can you reach for $1?
Well, what I did for him that one time, because I had a conflict with Penny because I couldn't get full access to do certain things. So that one time I did, all I spent was $5, and I did the same thing. I pinpointed his audience for his area that he wanted, and then I did the demographic. I did that, and then
it's not that hard.
And then between just put a little direct post on what it was, and he had a lot of reaches.
I reach a lot of people more than the stuff that she posts.
And engagement.
Okay, but let's talk about that for a minute.
So what does that mean?
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. Likes, shares. I'm good.
It's important on social media. Engagement is important.
Here's the problem. At the end of the day, you can't pay your bills with engagement. You can't pay your bills with engagement. Engagement needs to produce conversion.
Of course.
Okay, so the question is...
Yeah, because I get those on my Facebook thing. Engage and whatever, you can reach up to like 600 customers.
You need conversion. What is a conversion? A conversion is somebody calls you and says, hey, I saw your ad. I need you to give me an estimate. That's a conversion. You need to decide what a conversion is. Because if you're not converting a client to a phone call or somebody going to your website and filling out the form, contact me, you're building in contact, but I can build engagement with content for free. I don't have to pay for it. The question is going to become, if you're spending $5 a day, what is your ROI? So if I'm spending $5 a day and I need to really spend $30 a day, because what is your average cost right now?
Customer acquisition?
No. What do you charge for a roach service right now? I called you right now and I said, how much for a roach job?
Well, the way I work it, it's a minimum, it's $85 for me to get in there and stuff. Some people charge a full price, knowing that they're gonna have to come back. I do it like first visit it's higher, and then the second one I do at $75.
Okay.
Because you have to come back. So right there, it's
so how much you gonna
like
make
90
on average?
to 75, and then usually the average is 2 to 3 visits before you really.
Okay. So we're talking
crazy shit.
$265.
Somewhere around there, probably 90 something, then 75 and 75.
Okay, so
And I do it in 30 days increments usually, or the first one I'll do 90, and then 2 weeks 75, and then a month 75.
but we're talking round numbers. Let's say 265, 250.
About right.
Okay, so and then how many of those do you convert then to quarterly? What percentage of that do you convert to quarterly?
Some
Or to bi-monthly?
Some I cannot give you an accurate.
You need to know that number.
Inaccurate.
Let's talk about, forget about all that, because at the end of the day, you need to have a conversion that you understand what's my ROI.
Right, and that's what they said they were gonna.
No, but the only one that's going to know that is you. Because here's the reality: you don't go to the bank with reports. You don't go to the bank with phone calls. You go to the bank with sales. At the end of the day, it needs to produce a customer that pays. It can't produce, you're ranking so high and you got so many clicks, because the clicks only tell me what they're producing, but unless those clicks turn into paying customers, then it's irrelevant. Then what I need to know is how many clicks do I need to get one paying customer. So if they're getting me 100 clicks to my site and it's only producing one customer,
That's not good.
and I'm spending $700 a month
That's not good.
for one customer,
Obviously, that's not
you know that math easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay,
That's a no-brainer.
so what you need to do is can I get a better ROI by spending $30 a day on Facebook and getting one customer for $30 and acquiring a customer for $30? Because what is my actual cost of acquisition? My cost of acquisition right now on advertising is about $250 per customer. That's the reality.
Yours?
In Miami. That's the reality.
That's a lot.
It is. That's the reality. So it isn't what I would like it to be. It isn't what they're telling me. It isn't anything. It is what it is. So in other words, if I convert that client and it's $250 and I charge $355, I break even.
Get the water.
Hey, no, I'm good. Thank you. Está bien, gracias.
Get the water.
Let's do for the hotel room.
No, I'm good. I'm good. So if I spend $250, if you're spending $30, let's say, or $50 or $100, whatever it is, depending on your competition in your market, and you convert that client and you say, okay, it took 100 clicks, it took 27 clicks, it took 100 likes. You got to know what the matrix is, and you don't know that until you test. Until you spend the money, you don't know what it is.
So that's why when he was saying $1 a day, when I heard that, I was like, what?
There was a guy that.
If you're in Butte, Montana, population 35, that's going to work. Not in Orlando. They don't understand these big markets. They really don't. And that's the problem. So if you're telling me, listen, what do I need to do? You need to run an ad. You don't need to run one ad. You need to run 5 ads. You need to see which ad converts best. You know about A/B split testing. You need to A/B split test your ads. If he runs an ad with holding a raccoon, and that ad converts better than him showing a roach,
I'm assuming this is a dead raccoon.
This is a dead raccoon.
I was gonna say you can't grab a raccoon like this,
Right?
Unless it's a baby.
Right. So if you do that and you say, well, that ad is converting better than this raccoon ad, then I'm going to run with this one, and I'm going to put $30 into this ad, because every time I run this ad, I get 1 or 2 calls. So now your cost of acquisition is
very exciting when you got them with a retention pole and you're doing all that and putting in the case. That's exciting stuff that people like.
But you got to test it. You don't know anything. Marketing is 50% I'm guessing, and 50% I'm getting it right by luck. Because until you run it, you have no clue. So what you do is you run the ads, and you run 5 ads. And you say, okay, I'm going to run $5 a day on this ad, this ad, and this ad, and I'm going to A/B split test this ad with this ad, and then see what gives. And then when you ask the customer, hey, how did you hear about it? Oh, I saw the picture of you with the raccoon. 5 people tell you they saw the picture of you with the raccoon. Guess what ad you run? The one with the raccoon. It's not that hard, but you got to do the testing. And you look at your analytics on Facebook, and this is where you have to be analytical and you have to be creative. You have to use both sides.
Analytical. What do you mean by
That you have to look at the analytics. You have to look at the data. This ad produced 50 clicks. This ad produced 10 clicks.
So basically,
but then you have to analyze it against the data. What's actually causing people to click on it? Are people really clicking?
What's popular?
I know what people will click on some, but I know what's
Intuitively,
interesting in animals and stuff.
You
I know
might.
what they'll click and what they won't click.
But here's what you
Bug
have to
stuff, usually they don't really click a lot. It's mostly animals. That's why I put animals, because I see everybody that posts stuff on the ants and or other stuff. It's like it has like 2 likes.
do. But now you got to test it, though. In other words, you got to put an ad. Remember, likes and shares are great for branding, but at the end of the day, you need conversions. You need that phone call to ring, or you need somebody to fill out a form, or to send you a message that says, please send me a quote. In other words, unless it solicits business, you're not getting anything right. And that's what you need to focus on. So that's what I would do. If you're going to do TikTok, whatever it is you're going to do, but it has to be measurable. In other words, you have to
So
look at it.
whatever video you use, you can just go in all the platforms to TikTok, Messenger, blah blah blah.
When you were on television,
YouTube.
What did they use to rate whether that show got watched or not?
When I was on TV.
Yeah. Remember? Wasn't it Arbitron?
Yeah.
Okay. They have to measure. What happened when the Arbitron ratings went down on a show? They got canceled. It's very simple. It's math. You're in business
Arbitron.
to get ratings,
I've
but
got memories of the Titron,
Yeah.
which is the big when you come in out that they show all your stuff, the Titron. I got confused for a second.
yeah. But you see, so it has to be measurable. I hear 3 times a day, I saw your video on YouTube more than I read your blog. Okay, because people are.
I'm more into looking at picture than reading and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but I'm saying is, on the conversion side, what I hear from my clients is, I saw you on YouTube. That tells me that my marketing
It's
on
video,
YouTube is working.
Yeah.
But I have 200 videos now.
That visual gets you more than writing. Visual always
Because
get you more than
but
writing.
that's where people are. So you got the look, you got the brand, you got the product. Now you just need to produce the content to let everyone know that not only are you capable, but you're also trustworthy, and you're also knowledgeable. Because this is about people trusting you, and with the knowledge that you're going to get rid of their bug. What if your wildlife business does better than your bug business, where you're doing more money? So you see it, but until you put yourself out there and you put the content out, you don't know. You're guessing. Right now, we're theorizing about what would be, but until you actually do it, then you'll know.
Right now, pest control is number 1.
That's
Wildlife is 2. It's number 2.
Number 2. Okay, so when you start putting videos out there,
Because there's more bugs than per household than raccoons going up into your attic. I mean,
find out.
critter control. I know though, because I actually work with some of them and stuff like that, because I'm not like exclusion. So I do the trapping and stuff like that. Then I have them come in and they do the exclusion for me.
Right. Why aren't you doing the exclusion?
Because I'm not really that handy.
Okay.
So I'm trying to teach him and stuff like that. I can do basic stuff, but when it gets a little bit more elaborate, and I'm tell him that's where the big money comes in. So that's where you go from being hourly
Is he handy?
to a percentage of the job.
You handy?
But he's young and stuff, so he's got time to learn and stuff. And we've done a couple of jobs with my friends from Critter Guys, and they showed him some stuff on how to put the mesh, and then fill it up with the foam, and then cement it to do all the roof returns and stuff. So we're working on that, because that's where the big money is.
I would be doing videos, and I would be doing pictures, and I'd be doing facts, and you can do a fact video with an animal, you can do a fact video without it. And like I said, 1 minute videos, 2 minute videos. But don't be salesy, be educational.
Right.
In other words, don't say call me because you got animals. Educate people on why they don't want
safety, diseases.
Educate them on the fact. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
which is safety and diseases.
And the damage they could cause.
And the damage of that, yeah, that's for granted, of course.
Yeah.
All the poo and pee up in your
So
attic is
what
not
would
good.
happen if all of a sudden, that becomes bigger because of the exposure you're getting? Because remember, there's much less people actually competing in wildlife than there are people competing in pest control.
Yes.
What if you became the wildlife that other pest control people recommend? But what I'm saying is, when you go to video, you go direct to consumer, and you're also educating the people that are pest control people. I have more people watching me on my nature pest channel than on Pestgeek. Pestgeek is producing over 10,000 downloads a month right now.
Appreciate it.
I got 5,000 subscribers. I got 5,000 subscribers on nature. Some videos have way over 250,000 right now. But where am I hearing is, I saw you on YouTube, which is 3 to 1 from SEO. I get more reach with this. And you're a natural at it. You're not going to be sitting there writing content because you're probably not a natural writer. Use your strengths. Don't try to compete.
Don't
wear
all the hats.
And
don't wear all the hats.
Don't wear all the hats, but don't try to compete on your weaknesses. It's too hard.
That was something I saw in pest control. Something is a testimonial. Don't try to wear all the hats. Stick to your weaknesses and delegate the other hats of people like that's going to do the marketing. So don't try to do it all because stick what you're strong at. So mine is sales and service.
Then focus on sales. And
but a lot of the stuff that I post gets a lot of engagements and stuff like that. I don't know if it's converting, but a lot of people know what I do because I've made my.
You need to do more of it.
I got the business page and I got the Instagram thing and everything, but I got more followers on my regular Instagram and my Facebook. So I found myself now, especially since COVID, that there's no pictures of nothing else but working. So my personal ones turn into really like business. But I have more people there, so they keep seeing it, and I get calls from there and everything. Hey, Sam, my cousin's got this because they see my Facebook.
So you see that your SEO is producing nothing, and your social media is producing more.
Yeah.
Have your website there as informational, so that people can click to it, or run ads against it. In other words, run ads. Let's say if you're going to run, because right now trying to compete on pest control. Main pest control keywords: pest control Orlando, pest control. On Google, it's what, $23 for every click. So if you get 10 clicks to get one conversion, you lost money.
Is that what with the ads? So what is this thing like as far as ads that you can put on ads? There's companies out there that they're supposed to help you from when you go ahead and do the Google ads from being like worthless clicks. You know what I mean?
There's
not like it's all going to be like it's going to be like good clicks, not just.
Nobody can do that.
It runs in my timeline and stuff like that. If that don't you don't want to waste all your clicks on.
Let me ask you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but here's the thing.
That you stop that from that, and you only get that you'll get more like legitimate quick clicks.
You can run ads for low budget words, but you got to learn how to run ads. If you don't know how to run ads, you got to pay a guy $500 a month just to run the ads for you, plus the ad spend. But if you get low budget words that people aren't necessarily in wildlife, raccoon or whatever, you're going to be able to compete. But the thing is, you still got to have the bucks. With social media, you don't need the bucks, you need the time. Because you want to run ads on this, you want to run ads, you want to do here, you're gonna need $3,000 a month, easy, plus the ad spend. So you need to cop up $5,000 a month to run ads everywhere. You can't. With social media, it's slower, but you got to put in the work to produce the content, and then have somebody be able to post it for you daily, 3, 4, like on Instagram. Bro, you need to be on Instagram at least 3 times a day minimum. people don't get tired of it. It's going to come across when people like something.
Now, should we do the stories and posts on Instagram as well?
You do both, and then do a TikTok video. That's going to be. But remember, you SEO it for local keywords. Orlando needs to be words. Hashtag in the description. Wildlife plus all your other links. I put in on all my YouTube. I have my Facebook page inside my YouTube. So if somebody watches my video, they can go to my.
It could be pictures or videos, right?
What?
Either one.
It depends on the platform. You got to respect the platform. So, we do videos on Instagram, and we're going to be doing pictures. So I would look at it seriously, and start with once a day. Okay, that's right there. That's an easy 2 hours a day. Just posting once a day again on all those platforms.
It is times.
It is. That's why it's expensive. So there's no agency that's going to tell you we're going to post, because I want to post natively. I don't want to post with software. With software, you will get dinged because they know you're automating. That's why I do it native. That's why it takes long.
So it's automatically, like, we're not putting the physical time in. We have it automatically preset for pre-date, pre-time.
No, you can still do that. You just don't want to use software to do it. Like we got Hootsuite, and we share stuff. I share stuff automatically from all the magazines.
You said it like a reset type deal.
The software automatically.
So you don't have
You don't have to touch it.
So, but
they catch on to that or something.
The algorithms pick up on it. So what you want to do is you post natively. Yeah. This is why all the agencies have all their people in the Philippines and in Korea and all this, because you pay $1 an hour, not $20 an hour for somebody here, but they're posting natively.
Say India.
India too, Pakistan, Central America, Colombia, all of it.
Everywhere, every third world country but here that works for peanuts.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
But understand, I'm looking for an editor now in Central and South America for video editor and audio. But if I can pay him prevailing wage and he makes $20, the equivalent of $25 an hour US,
he's great.
But I'll pay $200 a month versus $2,000 a month. Easy.
Yeah.
So that's the way you have to do it. So I'm building an agency. I'm building my own in-house advertising agency for all of my brands.
Right.
I got Nature Pest, I got Pestgeek, Pestgeek Podcast, Pestgeek Academy. We've got the DIY Pest Control Podcast.